Oh yeah, Christmas episode. It is December 22nd at the moment, and here we go with the bullshit.
Uh,
Man, Zencaster. I'm gonna kill you guys.
it's Wednesday. It's is that a meme? I feel
It's
like there's a,
Wednesday, my dudes.
is that what he says?
Yeah,
But I feel like there's another one. Regardless, it's Wednesday instead of our usual record Tuesday. Um, Pushed it back because we're on a COVID schedule. Everything gets pushed back and postponed, so do we. There was two NFL games Monday, two NFL games Tuesday. They all sucked.
not a
Um,
fan.
but we'll vaguely discuss those games, but we're gonna go back to last Thursday, Chiefs Chargers, and what may have been the worst fucking I don't know coaching I think I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Only to be rivaled by the games yesterday and the day before. What the fuck was Brandon Staley, right? That's his name.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck that guy was doing. I I understand the analytics, but come on, brother. You literally lost the game for your team. You lost them the game. That's on you.
Yeah. So they went for it 5 times on fourth down. Apparently, the analytics say that every single time he went for it, it was the right call.
Nope,
But I
it wasn't though.
refuse,
It
I
wasn't.
refuse, I refuse to believe that.
No, 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 no.
There
Look,
is no fucking way. There was 9 points left on the board at one point.
in the first
Brother,
half.
in the first half, there was 9 points left on the board. Come
Mm-mm.
on, man.
No,
Come on. And on top of that, I feel like we're forgetting the human aspect of this, which is like if you keep getting shut down and shut down and
that
shut down,
shit
your
sucks.
parents at some point are like, "Yo, what the fuck is happening, man?"
Look, and to a certain extent, I understand that like this year, like the past couple years, the NFL has, well, not the NFL, but coaching and analytics and all this has started edging towards and going for it more often. Because I mean, back when I started watching football, like no one was going for it on fourth down unless there was like 2 minutes left in the game, you know? And now we've seen that transition to if it's a fourth and short and you're like a little bit beyond, like you're in your opponent's territory, most of the time people are going to go for it. And at that, I'm okay with that. Long field goals, fuck a long field goal. Coffin corner punts, fuck that shit too. So go for it. I get that. And maybe you're in the red zone, and I understand that another aspect of that is you don't want to get into the red zone and come away with 3 points. I get it. You made a long ass drive, you got all the way down there, and you couldn't get the touchdown. That's fine. I'm not completely against going for it. He went for it 5 times. I would have been okay if he would have gone for it like once or twice. They don't get it. Start kicking field goals, my man.
Out of the five, I think like two of them I actually liked, and then the other three were just absolutely horrendous. Regardless, they were all fucking horrendous. Fuck that. I mean, we should add on that we were on the Chargers begging wise, so it was even more so like just so frustrating to watch.
You hit any one of those one field goals, the game doesn't go to overtime, and you win
I think they got to the red zone
4 times.
4 times, and for all 4 times they
They
came
went
away
for
with
it and
0 points.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
One of the times he decided to hand it off to the not the second string,
The third string.
the third
He fumbled.
string running back
And he fumbled.
fumbled at the goal line. What
Yes.
the fuck do you have a Pro Bowl running back for?
If you go back and look at my tweets, I don't know if you were on Twitter at the time, but I was ripping into this guy because that was a what on earth possesses you. On top of the fact that third string back or the second, I don't even know. I think
Now look,
the second string back had like 18 carries that game for some particular reason. I don't know what was wrong with Eckler. Maybe he was still a little bit banged up from the previous
he
week.
he was he had tweaked his ankle, but my thinking is if he's so banged up that you cannot trust him to just punch it in 1 fucking yard, Why even bother fucking playing the man?
bro. And that
Kill
was a
that.
huge game for them. They needed those
Exactly.
points.
You need that win. The division is up in the air. You can fuck that shit is right there.
You could
You can
argue the Chargers win that game. It was 50-50. They win the division.
it was right there.
Uh,
You tie up for the division if you win that game. Like, come on, man. What do you what I don't get it. Like, what was he thinking? Was the moment too big for him? Was he like I don't know. It was so dumb to watch. Like I've never seen anything like it.
and the crazy part is, his predecessor. So the last coach of the Chargers, Anthony Lynn, used to get shat on or shitted on. I never know how to say that properly.
Shat on, yeah.
Shat.
I
He
believe
would
it's the
we
right.
get shat on all the time for his questionable coaching decisions. You bring this guy in, and the team is, I'll say this: the Chargers are super inconsistent.
Yep.
One week they look like the best team in the league, and then the other week they lose to scrubs. Um, but aside from that, they're having a good year compared to last year. They look really good sometimes, and then this bullshit happens when you have the Chiefs on the ropes. You were putting it to them because the Chiefs had no business being in that game. And then you get stuffed repeatedly at the goal line to the point where, like you said, the mental aspect I think kicks in. You demoralized your own team, I think, is what happened there. And then in the end, they just couldn't hold on. You keep doing that shit, and you're putting your defense out there again and again and again. Like, they deserve to lose. I remember we were talking about it at the end of that game. You're like, I don't even give a shit about the bet. I want them to lose for
Yeah.
the stupidity that they've
Yeah. As
uh,
soon as it was going to
summoned.
OT, I was like, I hope they fucking lose this game.
They deserve to lose that game.
Yeah.
They're fucking stupid.
They you know what it is? They got a game where Mahomes did not play up to Mahomes standards.
No, he
He
hasn't
had a
really
shit.
played up to those standards all year per
Well,
se.
I mean, yeah, but they got a game where he played okay, whatever, and they this game was theirs. It shouldn't have even been close, really. This game should have never
No,
went to OT. It should not have been close. They were beating the shit out of them, and then Kelsey started going crazy. Bro, Kelsey finished with 10 for 191 and 2 touchdowns.
that he did.
Tyreek Hill finished with 12 for 148.
That he did.
My God.
And all of that, most of that scoring was in the second half because the defense was gassed. They didn't have anything left in the tank. That's why as soon as they went to overtime, I was like, "There's no way they win this game. They're fucked."
No, yeah.
The only shot they had was number one, getting the coin flip right, which we can talk about the NFL shitty overtime rules all day. But as soon as they lost the flip, I was like, okay, this game is over.
Yeah, it's
They're
done.
not gonna fucking stop them. They're just not going to.
Whoever would have won that coin toss was winning the game.
Was gonna win the game because there wasn't gonna be a field goal. Someone was gonna score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were on the other side of that.
At that point, it was just so frustrating
It was
that
a super frustrating game to watch. Because it's like one of those times where you feel like you had, I mean, betting aside, but we were betting on the game, so we're looking at it from that aspect. You're watching that game and you're like, I was on the right side of this call. This
I
team
think
should have won.
I think 9 out of 10 times they win that game, and unfortunately, it landed on the one time they lose for us.
Right.
Yeah,
Which in the world of sports bettings, at least is something that in my 2 months now, maybe of experience, um, I used to get upset about shit like that. And it comes to a point where you're like, I made the right call.
yeah,
What am I gonna do? I mean, at the end of the day, sports betting is like 40%, if not more, 75% luck.
yeah.
25% you do a little bit of research, you try to follow the
You
trends.
could you could
70
have solid fucking
and it
research,
won't go your way.
fucking bulletproof
It
research.
won't go your way.
Like perfect fucking example when I gave you the Canucks under at home games. 11-0 on the year Canucks unders home
They
games.
score like 4 goals in the first intermission.
And it's like there's nothing you can do. I mean,
No,
what can you do?
and that's what I'm saying. Like now, like it's come to the point where like I'll be watching a game and shit will be going completely against me, and I'll just look at it and I'll be like, okay, you got me, bitch.
Yeah.
You got me. Like I was on the right side. You watched that Chargers and Chiefs game. The Chargers should have won that game. The assessment of why the Chargers should have won that game or why the Chargers should have at least covered was correct. Um, Shit happens. It went the other way, but like can't get mad. You move along.
It is what it is.
It's a game of chance. It's about longevity. So you like you said, you make that pick 10 times, the Chargers win 9.
Yeah. I we didn't even talk about this game pre-show, but now that I bring it up, I have to give you the opportunity here. The the New England Patriots finally lost.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they
Not
lost
only
to the
did they
Colts.
lose, they
They
got the
got
shit
trolled.
pushed in.
And they got trolled. The Colts did to them what the Patriots did to the Bills.
Lovely,
Fantastic.
lovely,
Fantastic. I
lovely.
love it. I love it
Carson Wentz,
personally.
what, like 5 for 12?
5 for 12, 57 yards.
Love that.
Jonathan Taylor, 29 carries for
Yes.
170, 6-yard average almost, 5.9 average.
I believe that's a little skewed because I think he had that like a
He
60
had
touchdown run on the last play of the game.
not the last play, but yeah, to ice the game pretty much. But
Okay,
still,
so
he's still
no, no,
fucking
he had 100 yards I think up to that point. He still
yeah.
ripped him a new one. Um, I'm glad as the number one resident Patriot hater. This is great news.
I feel like we should give out Mac Jones 26 for 45, 299
Two
yards, two
picks.
touchdowns, two picks.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Q I don't like QBR, but just to share on Mac Jones, a QBR 53.4.
Is that good?
No.
It is not.
A
Thank you.
rating of 74.2. Also not good.
Fantastic. You know who did win last week? Also in Mac Jones' division, and who, well, didn't play like absolute shit.
Kinda trolled a little bit.
Yeah, Tua, but he won.
Yeah, but he
Cubs
got
and
the
Dolphins,
W though.
baby, 6 in a row.
6 in a row. 6 in a row.
Not much to talk about. The Dolphins have won 6 in a row. That's fine. We keep moving. Back to the
Yeah.
Patriots. Laying an egg. They still have control over that division because I think the last game of the season they play at Buffalo.
At Buffalo.
Right. So I think it may come down to that game if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Oh no,
Patriots.
I'm sorry. They have Bills this week.
Ah, so the
Bills
winner of
this
this
week,
week,
then the Jaguars, then us.
Patriots are what 9-4.
9-5. Bills are
Uh,
8-6.
okay. So winner of this week basically locks up the division.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the Bills win, do the Patriots have a tiebreaker?
Well, it'd be 1-1.
It would be then division record, right? I
Is
think
that how
that's
the
how they break it
NFL
down.
works? I believe.
Yeah, because I think both teams would have won at home. No, actually, no. The Patriots won in Buffalo,
This
right?
game is. I'll tell you right now. Let me
Yeah, it was
figure out
windy.
where the game. Yeah, this
That's.
game is in Foxborough. Yeah.
I don't know if the NFL does the road to home win thing. I think it's a soccer thing. I don't know. Um, I don't
I
even know
think
what
it's
to
safe
say
to
about
say
the game.
whoever wins this week has the division.
Well, the Bills are fraudulent.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
If you were to ask me, and my bias aside, the better football team, probably the Patriots.
I
Who puts more fear in your heart in the playoffs?
how
Because the Bills' defense isn't what it used to be, and Josh Allen's been super like I don't even know, inconsistent, hit or miss, boomer bust. Is that the
this
word?
is what yeah this is what I was about to ask. What do you chalk up the Bills' problems to? Is it the fact that they don't have a number one running back? Is it the fact that I don't know because they're
he,
so stacked?
well,
This was a Super Bowl favorite going
he,
into the year.
here's what I
What
think.
happened?
If you remember, Josh Allen made an incredible leap last year from what he had
Right.
previously shown us. I think he was a career 53, 54% completion guy. And then last year he jumped all the way up to like 63, 65, and the offense was fucking humming. Here's the problem. That kind of caught everyone by surprise to a certain extent. I don't think anyone expected that from Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a stud, but I think some regression occurred, a natural regression, a little bit more to the mean. He is not the most accurate guy, still a stud, fucking cannon
No,
for an arm,
Josh Allen's gross.
gross. But his accuracy was inflated last year for some reason. I don't know. He was hot. Who knows? So there's a little bit of regression to the mean. And then the second issue is it's not even because I think they have talented running backs. Like I think Singletary isn't terrible. Zach Moss is whatever. That's not the point though. The point is that they don't factor it into their game plan. They refuse to run the ball.
I
You
think
can
it's because
have
they've
a
never
good
had
running.
any success, which is weird. Why don't they have any success running the
I
ball?
think you got to try to run the ball to have success, don't you? Like they don't. How many carries a game do they give to their backs? It can't be much.
I mean,
If you're
Singletary
throwing,
just came off of his best game, like I think of his fucking career. He
I
ran
mean,
for like he
Singletary's
ran
done
for
that. I
like
think Singletary had 100 yards against us this year.
I know. I'm talking shit, obviously, but like, it feels like this is like the first time in a while that he's had a good game, and they even had to come out after the game, and I think they asked the coach, and he's like, yeah, we're confident in him being our number one back, and it's like, so give the man the fucking ball. What's happening?
I think that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's an issue of whether they don't have enough talent in the backfield, because it's the NFL, and we've seen like the progression of the NFL. You can put almost anyone behind a decent offensive line, and they're gonna fucking churn, right?
Yeah,
I don't think the Bills have a bad O line. I just think their play calling, it's like an Andy Reid type situation where no matter how many running backs you have, he refuses to run the ball sometimes. And I think the Bills do the same shit. They just don't run the ball sometimes. And if you're passing on every fucking down, and Josh Allen's already kind of inaccurate as it is, you're bound to
I get that.
fuck up.
I get that. Oh man, Cam. I was just looking at the box score. Cam had a rough game. Wow.
Apparently, he's gonna start again. It really saddens me because I mean I think me and you are on the same boat here. I was a
I
huge
love
Cam
Cam.
guy.
I
Love
always
Cam.
support Cam.
I was a huge fan of his with the Panthers that like the MVP year, the Super Bowl run. Guy was an absolute fucking stud. Um, what happened to him? Age, injuries, the NFL moved past him. I don't know, man. He's just not. Uh, he's not
It
who he
might
used to be.
be it might be over for him. I hate to say it, but it might be.
He has a rushing touchdown, I think, in 4 straight games. If
I
that
get
means
that. I
anything to
get
you,
that. He carried the ball also 15 times.
right? The Panthers are also an atrocious team,
I get that. I get
an
that. But
abomination of a franchise.
I think it's gotten to the point you put Cam on any team, he's just gonna be bad. I think he's just done.
Well, I think
I love the guy,
no, but how's
but
this for a comparison? Mac Jones has led the Patriots to 9-4 record. This Patriots team is not all that different from last year's.
right,
And I
right.
understand they had a couple guys. I mean, the Patriots were throwing last year because I feel like with all the COVID shit, I think Bill told like 4 or 5 of the guys like, "Yo, just sit
Yeah,
this one
yeah.
up, pops. We need
Yeah,
a
yeah.
QB here." So like Dante Hightower, I think sat out the season.
A lot of people.
McCourty sat out the year.
Yeah.
They brought back some guys, but the team is not drastically different for them to all of a sudden be a Super Bowl contender with a rookie QB. You get me?
Mm.
Um, and their offense last year was anemic. Um, they had no passing game, no rushing game, nothing whatsoever on offense.
Cam honestly last year did the best he could with what he had.
Well, they had no weapons either. This year they
Yeah.
went out and they got Mac some receivers, I guess.
Yeah.
If you consider Kendrick Bourne, um, who
Defense is
else?
carrying the shit
Who
out
else
of
they
them.
got out there? Kendrick Bourne. I don't know anyone else. And Q Harry, does he play? I don't think so.
Okay, Harry, I don't know if he plays
Is there a
anymore.
white
He's
receiver on
been
that team? There's
quite
always
the
a white
bust.
guy. There has to be a white receiver there.
I'm sure there is.
Well, point is, they tried to get back some weapons. I don't know. I've said too many nice things about the Patriots. I'm ready to move on
Right,
from them.
right. Um, okay. We had two Monday games. You want to talk about either of those?
They both
They were
sucked.
both bad. They
They
were
both
both
sucked.
real bad.
We had two Tuesday
Bag
games.
of
They both
bag
sucked.
of officiating all around, especially in the Bears game. It was horrendous. At
Oh,
one
they
point,
got
I got
hosed.
so frustrated I had to
Bears got
turn the game
hosed.
off. I had to turn it off. I was like, "This is so bad. I've never seen anything like this."
You know what the thing is, and I don't know. It just so happens that we were in sync on Monday. I was having such a shit day.
Right.
And it wasn't even like anything particularly going wrong. It's like one of those days where you just get up in the morning and just the vibes are off. Like I was just kind of in like a funk all day. The only thing that could have brought me a smidge of happiness on this Monday evening would have been, for my bets to not blow up in my face, and they did.
Boy, did they.
And wow, it
Boy,
just
did they.
put it this way: I usually go to sleep at like midnight, 1 a.m. I'm a night owl. Some would say. I was tucked in by 10 o'clock. because
Right,
I was
right,
watching the
right.
game and I was like, I can't do this. I need to go to sleep because I felt myself getting more bitter by the second, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, no, it was really fucking bad. Um, all right, let's go to Tuesday.
They were both
E
bad again.
huh?
They were shit games.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Uh, Eagles, Washington, or whatever. Washington, the whole team has COVID, so not much you could fucking do there.
A lot of people bitching that they couldn't even watch that game. You among them.
No, I was watching that game. That was the only game I had. I
Which
wanted to
one?
watch
Which was the
Rams
game that you?
Seahawks.
Oh, that's the game you couldn't see.
Yeah, but for some reason, the NFL fucked up so bad. Why did they not do if Rams Seahawks is on the West Coast? Why do you not do the game that's on the East Coast, Washington and Philadelphia? You put that game at 5 p.m. Eastern, right? Makes sense. You did that on Monday with the Raiders game, so just do it again Tuesday,
Sure.
5 p.m. Eastern. Boom. By the time that game ends,
8 o'clock.
8:20,
5 p.m. on the
8:20
West Coast.
at 5 p.m. on the West Coast, you have the Rams and the Seahawks kicking off. Like this is simple. Why did they not do this?
I think both games were like
Random
running simultaneously.
they both start at 7 o'clock.
Mm.
Why?
Yeah, this is the NFL red zone. This isn't Sunday. You know.
Yeah, well, like what the fuck was that?
Uh,
Anyway, what I do want to talk about the Rams. The Rams are kind of rolling now. They lost 3 in a row. They're getting kind of hot again. They're
I'm
kind of
gonna.
figuring it out. Your boy Cooper Cup
Oh,
is
fucking love that
is
guy.
is having an historic season. He's probably
Even
gonna
2,000 yards is a possibility for him.
he's probably gonna break Calvin's record. He's 370 yards away.
One more game, but whatever. I'm not gonna be
It
that
doesn't
guy.
matter. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
well.
It doesn't. It doesn't. That's what it is now. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, well, shit, I lost my train of thought now. Oh,
You were
Cooper
saying
Cup.
something about my boy, yeah, Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup. He's about to break the record. He's gonna break the fucking record. He has a chance to do it within 16 games. It's only 370 yards. He averages like 100 something a fucking game.
Two
So I mean,
touchdowns.
chances
What was it? Two touchdowns, 100 and something yards. This last
this
game.
week,
Yeah.
yeah, 9 receptions, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
he is.
I ask you this right now. The MVP odds have Cooper Cup at plus 3,500.
They won't give it to a receiver.
I get that. I get that. But
There's a reason why he's plus 3,500.
I understand. But let me give you a scenario.
It's a QB's
But
award.
let me give you a scenario. If the Rams, as we're saying, the Rams are kind of rolling. If the Rams get hot, run the table here.
Right,
Uh,
right.
I don't know if they have a possibility at the 1 seed. I think they do. Maybe if the Packers fuck up a little here. But let's say the Rams run the table somehow. You don't think that there's a possibility that he gets that MVP? Because the people ahead of him, I'll tell you this right now: Tom Brady at plus 200. That's not going to happen after the fucking
I
egg
think
they
I
just
think
made.
at this point it's between two players.
Jonathan Taylor and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I think Jonathan Taylor won't get it because his team isn't good enough.
and he's a running back.
Running backs have won it before.
I know, I get that, but come on, let's be honest. The
Look
voters lean to the
to the QB.
QBs.
You lean QB. If there's
It's
gonna be a
a
year,
QB's award.
if it's yes, if there's gonna be a year that I think someone other than a QB can win it, I think it's this one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean,
because I
Jonathan Taylor
think
is going absolutely fucking
between
bonkers.
Jonathan Taylor's at plus 750, so also unlikely, but much more likely than Cup,
Who's
I
ahead of him?
guess.
Nothing but QBs, right?
Oh, it's just Brady and Rodgers. That's it.
Brady and Rodgers. Yeah,
Somehow
Brady's out of the
Stafford
question
is at
already.
plus. You know how ridiculous this is. Stafford is at plus 1,000 to Cooper Cup plus 3,500.
That tells you right there, like it's a QB's
And
award.
Stafford had a horrible month of December, or like a horrible, like a 3-4 game stretch where
The
he
three
was.
game losing streak, yeah. He
Yeah.
was absolutely terrible.
So I think that's indicative of Cooper Cup isn't going to win, but 2,000 yards would be a hell of a story.
Should he be in the conversation? Sure, I think so. I mean,
Yes.
he's going fucking crazy. What I want to talk about is the fact that when he gets this record, Matthew Stafford is the reason behind the top 2 best regular season receiving records ever.
Holy shit.
There
He
has
was
to be something said about that.
he was the one throwing to Calvin. Yeah. Well,
I don't know what has to be said about that.
what has to
Someone needs to talk about it. I don't know.
what has to be said is that he feeds his guy. If you're a stud,
Yeah,
he's gonna get you the fucking ball. That's what it means.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, you remember? Fuck, who was it? It wasn't Julio? Andy Dalton and AJ Green. Andy
that's all
Dalton's
he would do.
interception percentage to AJ Green was like 20. I think it was something absurd. Like one out of every four picks that Dalton threw was when he was throwing at AJ Green. But that's because he would pepper him with targets, which I understand. You throw it to your guy, and Stafford's the same shit. Stafford throws picks. Why? Because
Yeah.
he's a fucking gunslinger. He tries to fit it in there, and he'll throw that bitch into double coverage. He doesn't give a fuck.
Did you see the one that he got to Cooper Cup? That was brother.
The one that he was like throwing Odell instead.
Impressive. He threw it like way ahead of him. The only spot that he could fucking throw it to, and Cooper went and got it, ran into the end zone. I was like, wow.
The man's a stud.
No, he's gross. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about Stafford. I've always been a fucking fan of him.
The man's a stud.
He's nasty.
He's responsible for the best Lions season that I can remember. Because there was one or two of those Lion teams were actually pretty decent.
Made the playoffs. They came up against
They should
the
have beaten
Saints, I believe.
There was
And
one
lost
or
in the
two
first
years.
round.
Yeah, like one or two of those years where they had that, like they had one of those games, like they were in the game and they could have won. I believe wasn't one of those playoff games the one that Calvin caught the touchdown and put the ball on the ground and they ruled it incomplete and it was a huge fucking shit show? Or am I confusing him with someone else? That was Calvin. Now I don't remember if that was a playoff game. You know the play I'm talking about?
I don't actually.
So he goes up, he catches the touchdown, right? If you're on YouTube right now, you can see me flailing my arms. He catches the touchdown, and then he's palming the ball, and he goes to like push himself off the ground with the ball in his hand. You get me? Like just to get back up after he caught the touchdown, and
Right.
obviously like he dropped the ball on the ground, and they ruled it incomplete. It was a whole thing.
I don't remember that actually.
You don't recall?
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, Des caught it.
I mean, I definitely remember that.
Completely irrelevant, but Des
Des
caught
definitely caught it.
The Lions are abysmal. Speaking of the Lions, they beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals are also fraudulent. I'm done with them.
What's happening to them?
The
What's
same thing
going
that
on there?
happened last year. Kyler Murray can't play in December apparently because last year they fell apart in the last month of the season.
Well, this year he's coming off the injury that he just had.
Last year
Whatever.
too. It's always the same shit with him. He gets hurt late in the year.
Something has to be said about that.
But he
Something's going on.
looked like dog shit. And I know what dog shit looks like.
Boy, Diggy, he looked fucking terrible.
The team
cost
looks
us our
terrible.
parlay, by the way.
I don't want to talk about it.
Parlay of nothing but wagons.
Everything else hit, right?
Yeah, every single other leg hit except for the Cardinals.
Right.
They can beat the
led
fucking
to
Lions.
your downward spiral and your hiatus from sports betting until the new year or until COVID.
Mean, yeah, it's fucking pointless. You can't get a jump on anything. You put in a bet in the morning, and then an hour later, half the team is out. What do you do? What do you do?
You suck it up. As far as the Cardinals go, super fraudulent. It's always kind of weird when a team can't win at home, and they lay the biggest of eggs at home, and then they go to Detroit. So that was a precursor. They go to Detroit. Previously, worst team in the league, basically, and they don't lose. They got smacked.
Yeah,
they got punched in the mouth.
Not even.
And Detroit was down to their third string running back.
Detroit
who ran all over them.
Like half the roster out with COVID.
Yeah. Shout out to Dan Campbell.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
I just know Dan Campbell went home after that game and just railed some lines. I just know it. I fucking love Dan Campbell. He's a coach,
I like Campbell.
Maybe he's not a good X's and O's guy. That's to be seen. I don't know.
He's a hell of a players coach.
But he's a hell of a players coach. He gives a fuck, And sometimes that's all you need.
That's true.
Shout out to the Lions. By the way, Lions this season, I think they're like 9-4 or like 10 and what is it? They're 10-4 against the spread. And what they say?
They're always in there.
You know what they say: good teams win, great teams cover. The Lions are a great team, baby.
The Lions are actually liked a tweet about this yesterday. The Lions are 9-5 against the spread. Very good.
Cheers to them, ruining parlays and ruining bets all year long.
Cardinals right under them, by the way.
Sure, sure.
Fucking Cardinals, man. Fucking
I remember
Cardinals.
there was a week or two ago, people were like, "Oh, Cardinals Super Bowl contenders." Nope, team sucks.
Let's wrap up the NFL talk with this. I honestly don't know who the fuck is gonna be in the Super Bowl this year.
Chiefs Packers.
That's where I lean also, but
It seems like
anything
the
can
logical
fucking happen.
choice.
Anything can fucking happen.
Here's my logic behind this.
Hold on. I heard a really good thing the other day. Apparently, I did not know. Not the other day, last night actually. I did not know this. So the Chiefs are currently going through the COVID outbreak, right? They
Hmm.
have Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, a bunch of fucking players going on the COVID list
This
this
week, I
week.
think they had been relatively okay. Right.
Right. Okay. So apparently, when you test positive, assuming these players are testing positive,
Hmm.
when you test positive in the NFL will not test you again for 3 months.
Wait, what?
Yes. The NFL will not test you again for 3 months. So that means Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, every other chief that has, assuming they have tested positive,
Wh-
that
it-
just tested positive will not get another COVID test.
which means they won't get ruled off for COVID for the rest of the season.
Exactly.
Which means if it's time to catch COVID, it's now, baby. Rip them. Yeah,
Which I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of shitty to say, but that's a huge advantage for the Chiefs.
yeah. We need Patrick to get in there and lick some cups. I
That's
don't know.
crazy. If that's actually true, that's a huge advantage.
Well, I think that goes in hand with. I think they say once you get COVID, I believe the rumor is, or like the iffy science is that for at least a couple months, maybe the line is 3 months, you shouldn't get it again. So maybe that's the NFL's logic. Okay, you tested positive, you're not going to be positive for 3 months.
Another nugget about this. So the Chiefs won't get tested again until a week after the Super Bowl. Right now, assuming they make it all the way to the Super Bowl. You get
Why?
me? Well, that's where like the players that just tested positive. You get me?
Oh, the
That
3 month
yeah,
timeline.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the other little nugget about this is if you say Packers Chiefs, Aaron Rodgers will get tested again a week before the Super Bowl.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this right now. If by some miraculous miracle the Packers and Chiefs both make it to the Super Bowl, and Aaron Rodgers for some reason gets tested the week before and he's positive, that paperwork is never going to see the light of day.
He's playing in that fucking game
Yeah,
with COVID.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no
Look,
way.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There is no way in hell that they take that guy out of that game. It's not gonna happen. Because then what are you gonna get? Who's the backup? Jordan Love? We saw what he could do. It's an
Yeah,
abomination.
yeah. So it's real interesting. If that's true, this whole 3 months thing, all these teams that are going through this outbreak now, and like the teams that are contenders and all that, that is fucking crazy, and that is a huge advantage.
Um, and the thing is, like, it's happening now. Because I think we've talked about this so many times already, but like everything kind of like ties into one another. The COVID rules around the U.S. have loosened to a certain degree. People stop wearing their masks. Blah blah blah. This strain is super infectious, not very deadly at all. I've seen the stats, whether they're true or not, whether they're skewed. I don't fucking know. As far as I understand, people aren't dying; they're just getting sick. Most of the time, it's super mild. It's basically there's a flu season. You know, people used to get colds, and they would be like everyone was sick for weeks, right? Or like a week, everyone gets sick, and that seems like what we're going through now. But it has the COVID tag, and that's still a sensitive topic. So and I know that the NFL after the shit show that was this past week and like I think the week prior, they switched up the COVID guidelines to make it. I think they're not going to test as much. They did some shit pretty much to ensure that a million people are missing every week.
Right. And now they're doing like
I
random
I think what it was that
testing.
from what I read, I think if you're vaccinated and you don't have symptoms, they're not going to test you. So the people getting tested on a regular basis, I guess, is unvaccinated. And like if you show up to the facility coughing up a lung,
Right,
they're gonna
right, right.
test you, right?
And they're also doing like
And
this
the contact
random
tracing.
testing,
I,
like and picking people at random just to randomly get COVID. It's weird. It's weird.
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry, I was down here. I don't know, but that's a very interesting factoid that you just dropped on me. But I say Packers Chiefs because um from the AFC side of it, like it's wide open on both sides.
They're both wide
It's
open.
both
Yeah,
wide open, but the Chiefs have not been playing their best football all year, pretty much. So my logic is, if they start getting hot, which they kind of are getting
they
hot now,
are now. Yeah,
that's the perfect fucking time for them to go and rip to the playoffs. Because at any moment in time, Patrick can drop 504 on your head.
exactly, exactly. And the NFC is kind of the same shit. The Packers have kind of been rolling all year.
It also helps the Packers that the fucking Buccaneers got hit with an onslaught of injuries in
Rough,
possibly their worst game of the year. They lose
rough.
Godwin for the year. Initially, they thought it was a sprain or some shit. Nope. Tore his
Torn
ACL.
ACL
Done.
on a contract year too. That
Sucks because
sucks,
he got
man.
franchise tag.
Yeah.
So that blows because he tore his ACL. Not only did he tear it, but he tore it late in the year. That
Mm-hmm.
sucks. Um, Mike Evans also hurt, but he's like more day to day. Leonard Fournette on IR as well. I don't even know what's wrong with him. Um,
I'm not sure, but they just threw him on IR just to get him back for the
And
playoffs.
I
They don't care
think
about the rest of
I
the regular
also
season.
saw Levante David. I think also tore his ACL, or he's also out for the year. And he's one of their best
Jesus, I
defensive
didn't even see
players.
that one.
Yeah, doesn't bode well for them. So I don't. Antonio Brown's gonna come back, I guess.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to step up and prove he. I mean, he's proven that he fits in offense,
Oh
and
no, when he plays, they feed him.
yeah, Brady loves him. I mean, he has to step up and be the Godwin now. I mean, he has to go back to being AB, the Steelers AB.
Yeah,
Really, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
he has to. If they even want a chance, they need to hope for that.
It's rough, but and then by national they're like Packers because they've played pretty good football all year. Um, the Packers always have a shot when you
Yeah, I
have
mean,
Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback.
when you have Aaron Rodgers,
You always have a shot.
you always have a shot.
It also helps their defense
It's good this year.
has
It's
been
good
okay
this
this
year.
year.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, they're
laid
not
an
bad at
egg
all.
against the Ravens,
Yeah,
a massive egg.
yeah, yeah.
They were this close to losing that game on another bullshit fourth down, not fourth down, another bullshit 2 point conversion. Whole different conversation. I'm not gonna get into it.
I like that one.
Yeah, I saw the clips, him talking to his team. You sometimes at the end of the game, they're the better team. They have better players. You shouldn't be in that game. You fucking take the shot.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but
agree with that one.
they gave up 30 points to fucking Tyler. What is it, Snoop Hundley?
Yeah, Tyler Huntley,
Come on, brother.
aka Lamar.
They didn't have their best. Yeah, small
He's a
Lamar.
Lamar clone. Yeah,
They didn't have their best game, but season like if like the whole sample size, their defense has been a lot better.
yeah, yeah. Um, let's switch over to some NBA. The NBA is also in shambles because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Silver has come out and said that they have no plans on stopping the season.
I get it.
NHL has already stopped their season for now.
They're taking a break. I think they already established how
They're
long
gonna
it is.
come
It's
back
like a week.
after the holidays, yeah.
Yeah, I think the NHL does something like that anyways,
But
like
I mean,
regularly. I think they have a holiday break.
it's a smart thing to do. Let everyone recover from COVID. Practically every fucking team is going through it in the
Yes, but
NHL.
let's be honest. The NBA was never going to stop their season before the Christmas games.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I mean, they definitely should. Because Christmas Day, we don't even know what matchups we're gonna fucking get.
Oh, you haven't seen the first game Christmas Day is Knicks Hawks. Knicks Hawks are signing people from the street to
Exactly.
play these games.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a nice dose of fuck. I don't even know who they picked
Earlier,
up recently.
I went to the box scores and I saw who was playing for the Knicks, and I was like, I mean, for the Hawks today, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's bad.
This season, this part of the season, like this, I guess next month is gonna be just hang on, brother. Just hang on tight. Make it till everyone comes back. I don't know what the NBA's testing protocol is. Like, if you get COVID, are you good for the rest of the year? Is that how that works?
I'm
Um,
sure the NBA is super strict. I'm sure you get COVID, they're still testing your ass.
um, uh, Point being, I mean, I understand to a certain extent what Silver said, and it kind of goes back to a little bit what I said before, which is uh, we do kind of just have to learn to live with it to a certain extent. Like, you can't stop the season every single time, and I get it. I get it. The product is bad right now, and I think he
It's real
understands
bad.
that.
It's real
He
bad.
understands that as well. But I guess to his rationale, it would be even worse to completely shut shit down again, than to just kind of weather the storm. I guess is what we're doing here. The product is bad.
I'm I'm not saying you have to like shut down the season for a month, 2 months, just a week or two, little break. Let every team kind of get their guys back, and then hit it hard again. I don't know. Just my that's what I think should be done. Like I mean, shit. If they want to play with guys like me and you out there, shit, whatever.
Well,
I'm just not gonna watch the fucking games. They're ass right now. It's
I
not good.
made
It's not good basketball.
I made the mistake of. Well, I mean, it doesn't even apply because I don't even think these teams are being like um, affected by COVID all that much. The Nuggets were playing the Thunder at home today. I thought the Nuggets were going to win. I took the 6 points.
I saw that. I saw that.
The Nuggets lost by like 20.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. 108.94.
Right. So it's very hard to watch these games right now. But what I was gonna say, the one positive spin that I can put on this, we're seeing some players that we never thought would be back in the league getting 10-day contracts, and that's kind of fun, right?
Lance likes to dance. Played for
Lance
the
is
Hawks
back.
today.
Joe Johnson signed with the Celtics. I think our boy Mario Chalmers got a deal with the
Oh,
Nuggets.
Mario. I didn't see that.
I think he's with the Nuggets G League team right now, potentially gonna come up. We saw Isaiah Thomas get signed by the Lakers,
Sure, sure.
and that will pivot us right into the Lakers being a fucking dumpster fire. They got fucking boat raced yesterday by the Suns. LeBron, I love you, but he was crying about it on Twitter, saying we're not at full strength. Fuck you,
Ah,
okay? It's
listen,
basketball, brother. No one's ever at full strength.
listen,
Suck it up.
listen, listen. I, for one, I'm a little bit surprised. A little bit. We've talked about this. I think we both thought that this team was poorly constructed, but they would cruise through the regular season perfectly fine, and then lay an egg when they got to the playoffs. Because that
Because
team,
they were poorly constructed.
yeah, because that roster is absolute dog shit.
Correct.
But no, they can't even survive the regular season.
No.
And I don't know where they go from here. What are they going? Who's gonna? There's rumors that they're gonna try to trade Russ. Who's gonna take Russ?
Well, you
Nobody.
know who's gonna save their season? Our boy Kendrick Nunn when he comes off the IR. That's who's gonna
Oh
save their
yeah, for
season.
sure. Defensive stopper Kendrick
Correct.
Nunn, according to
Yes,
Lakers
yes,
fans,
yes.
the best defensive player in the league.
Let's not forget young phenom, a future Hall of Famer, Taylor Horton Tucker.
Taylor Horgan Tucker, yeah, who they is off limits. They won't trade for the best fucking. They won't trade Taylor Horgan Tucker for Curry right now, straight up.
I was cracking up because there is nothing funnier than upset Laker fans. And my timeline was filled with them last night because they were getting their asses handed to them, and it was just people bitching left and right. Shannon Sharp, big Lakers fan, always bitching about Russ. But yesterday he was ripping into Taylor Horton Tucker and Isaiah Thomas. I think combined, I believe I could be wrong. They were 2 for 20 combined.
I'm gonna fact check this, but it would not surprise me,
But
man.
they were bad. They were really bad to the point where he's like, "Oh, I don't know why this guy's still in the game." Like they were really fucking bad.
Let's see here. Taylor Horton Tucker 1 for 13, 0 for 8 from three.
Well, there you go.
Isaiah Thomas was 1 for 11, 0 for 6 from three.
Yeah. Okay, so my stat was
Wow.
correct. They were 2 for 20 something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheesh.
What the?
Guy's causing a ruckus back there. I see him.
Yeah,
Oh man, LeBron, fantastic performance by the way.
Ah,
34
he put
points,
up like 30 points.
7 rebounds, 13 for 19 from the field. He was big chilling. Russ didn't even have a terrible game
Well,
either.
here's the thing: you can't even blame Russ for this year because I don't think Russ has been all that bad. You know who's been terrible? Anthony Davis.
This is facts. This is facts.
Anthony Davis cannot shoot to save his life.
Anthony Davis can't do anything to save his life. He
What
he
I saw the stats the other day. Someone's like, "Oh, he shoots 75% from like 1 to 10 feet. 75%. That's absurd, right? That's amazing. Here's the problem: he shoots 20% from mid range and like I think like 18% from three on the year right now.
uh
And that
uh
equals out to him shooting like 50%. You're like, oh, it's because having a great year. No, no, he's not.
no.
He's not though.
He's I hate to say it, but he's kind of soft. He
Okay,
is, man. He
elaborate.
is. He's bro. I saw highlights the other day, and like randoms are just beating the shit out of him down there. It's like, yo, you're supposed to be a generational talent. You're supposed to be Anthony fucking Davis.
He is a generational talent.
But not this year.
Well,
Not since the fucking bubble.
do you think that the bubble negatively is gonna affect the rest of his career? Like that kind of like just like it was like okay, I won my title. That's it.
Maybe shit.
Does he not have the heart to improve, or
I
does he
don't
not have
know.
the will to get better? Like it was already sus. You should have known he's soft because for years he doesn't want to play center. He's a center.
Yeah,
He's a center. He refuses to play center. Why? Probably because he doesn't want to bang down low with the big boys. He's still getting bullied by every power forward and center that comes his way. He's supposed to be an elite defender.
bro. I wish I had this video like on fucking demand because it was so bad, man. It was I forgot who the fuck they were playing, but it was like I think in the game he had like 3 air balls. Like it was just the highlight. Like I was looking at the highlights and I was like, wow, this is really hard to watch. Like who the fuck is this guy? He is so bad. Like it does not make sense to me. You're supposed to be AD. Like Pelicans AD was completely different. He was a fucking monster.
Oh, one of my favorite Pelican seasons, and I mean that's probably just my love for Boogie Cousins. But when him and Boogie played together, they were each averaging like 28 fucking points a game, and they were going absolutely ballistic. I even think that Pelicans team won a first round series after Boogie got hurt. I think that was the Rondo team. Um, but that's what I'm saying. Did he lose a little bit of his fight, of his heart? I don't know. Does he just not give a shit?
I'm not sure
How do you
what.
regress that much?
It's bad though. I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe the championship. Maybe he's having a little bit of Kyrie syndrome. We've always said that. Me and you both agree. The worst thing
The
that ever
worst thing
happened to
ever happened
Kyrie
to Curry
was
winning the
winning the
chip.
chip.
Correct.
Maybe in a year or two we're gonna start saying the same thing.
But Kyrie's stats didn't fall off a cliff. He just stopped giving a shit.
That's true. That's true. Kyrie still
Still
balls.
lining up. He just didn't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
It's weird for sure. It's
He put on, and I'm not gonna take this away from him. The Lakers won that championship mainly a large part of it was because of him. He put on an all-time performance in the bubble. He was shooting lights out from mid-range. I think he was shooting upwards of 50% from mid-range.
everywhere.
Just absurd. He was
He was
banging threes.
killing
He was
everyone.
shitting on kids. And they won the chip. Obviously, when you have two of the at that point in time, arguably two top 5 players on your team, you're gonna fucking win.
Right.
I don't think he's that person anymore.
Nope.
And let me tell you, that team needs him to be every bit of that person. If not, they're fucked.
I mean, look, man.
And he's out for a month.
Yeah, it hurts to say, but LeBron's slowing down, man. LeBron can't take over like he used to.
And you remember, I remember talking to this effect with you, where we're like, okay, the Russ acquisition, although it's going to be shit in the playoffs, is going to allow LeBron and AD to coast in the regular season. Like our rationale was, they're going to take nights off. Russ is going to go for like 30, 15, and 10, and they're going to beat up on the scrubs. The team is so bad that
They
that's not
can't do that.
enough. They
They
can't
can't
do
do
that.
that.
And they're pretty much, you're gassing LeBron before you even reach the playoffs. because
Yep.
he has a stretch in his past 10 games where he's been putting up, I think, averaging like 28 points a game. Like that's not what LeBron is
That's a
anymore.
that's a that's a that's a lot for him at this age, man.
He's probably playing absurd minutes. Like you're gonna tire him out before you even before you need him. But it doesn't matter because they're not going anywhere. You know,
Like, look, man, he in a game that they lost by what is this? 18. He played 34 minutes,
too
man.
much, too much.
34 minutes for LeBron in a game that they lost by 18. That just can't happen. It can't happen.
No,
He's not Miami Heat LeBron. He's not young anymore. Like it's just it can't happen.
I remember seeing I don't know if it was like an article, but like Kevin Love was talking about one of the Cavalier teams. I think it was 15-16. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Someone can fact check me. But he was saying that they literally that was the team that was like third in the East.
Hmm.
And they looked like shit all regular season, and then the playoffs started and they stomped everyone. I think that's when they played the Raptors. That's when it was LeBronto that they swept like the number one seed Raptors. And I think Kevin Love was saying it's like, oh, that team, we knew we were so good that they didn't give a shit the entire regular season. And that's what a lot of LeBron teams came to was just that, like
Yeah,
cruising through the regular season. The Heat teams would kind of do that too. I think the only team that didn't really cruise was the team that went on the fat ass winning streak because you were chasing the streak.
yeah,
Other than that, those teams are cruising. They didn't give a fuck.
at all.
You can't cruise when your team sucks.
No, I mean they're fucked. They're fucked. I don't
Yes,
see where they go from here. This isn't that shitty Cleveland year where they blow up the team at the trade deadline and bring in a whole new team. That's not gonna happen.
that team had random little role players here and there that people wanted.
Yeah, no,
What are you gonna do with this team?
that's not gonna happen. No one is trying to trade for Melo. No one's trying to trade for anyone on that bench. Really, I
Another
mean,
thing that we discussed this morning when we were talking about it, letting go of Caruso apparently was a huge thing because they
yeah,
can't stop anyone.
they fucked up. I think Caruso is
He would have
probably the biggest thing
helped.
for this team. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a big deal. They should have fucking kept him. But
it's
alas, he's in Chicago. Chicago looks fucking pretty good this year.
yeah.
So
So
shout
shout
out to
out
them. Shout out to
Chicago.
DeMar
Actually,
DeRozan.
they're a fun team. I like everyone on that team. I like Caruso. I like Alonzo.
Big
I
Lonzo
like
guy. Big ball family guys over here.
yeah, yeah.
Big baller Brandon such.
Um. So this weekend we saw Spider-Man No Way Home. No
Uh,
spoilers yet. No
no
spoilers yet.
spoilers
No
yet,
spoilers
but if you
yet.
haven't seen it, this is you should just stop it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. If you haven't seen Spider Man, because we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, boy are we.
We're gonna get real in there. We're gonna talk
Boy
in the
are we.
nooks and the crannies, the crevices.
What
What
a
a
what a
fucking film!
fucking movie, guy.
Oh,
Wow. Holy shit. I
fucking
mean, they
start to finish.
start to finish just they killed that shit.
What a fucking great movie. You know, there's like little things that you realize that a movie is fucking great, and one of those things for me, because I'm a very fidgety person. Uh, I sat there and I didn't even glance at my phone. I didn't get like there was no point in the movie where I was like, "Fuck, how much more time is left in this movie?" Like it was a fucking snap. The movie was over, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And it was like 2.5 hours,
Yeah, it was I felt like it was a pretty long movie actually.
start to finish, a fucking banger of a movie.
The way that they brought everyone in was perfect. I mean,
We
the
had a
from the
lively crowd
villains.
in the
Oh, our
theater.
crowd was phenomenal. They were cheering it up. At one point, at the end of the movie, there was a girl sobbing.
I would like to take 2 minutes to reach out to this poor unfortunate soul, whoever you are out there. Seek some help. There was some pain in those tears. That wasn't regular movie crying. I feel like there's some
No,
shit going on
no,
at home. That was painful. Um,
yeah,
to the point where I looked to my left trying to figure out where this howling was coming from. It was loud. It was like those cries, like you ever like do some real bad shit as a kid. Maybe you got a chancleta thrown in your general direction, and then you're trying to explain yourself, but you're sobbing at the same time, and you're kind of stumbling over your own words. That's what was going on with that poor
yeah.
girl.
Your mom's
Uh,
just looking at you like, breathe. 1 second. just breathe for
And
one
then
second, and
talk.
you're just
That is what was going on with this poor girl, and I think
it was bad.
she needs help.
Right, right, right.
Wherever you are, seek help.
Yeah, yeah. That wasn't only about the movie. Something else is going on there. She was legging it all out.
Yeah, boy, was she. And I get it. There was some
No, it
sad
was
shit.
sad.
There was some sad
It
shit
was
that went
sad.
down. Again, major spoiler. May, come on.
Oh man,
Fucking super
what a
sad.
baddie. Rest in peace.
Or what a baddie. Rest in peace. Absolutely. That was rough. The thing is, she wasn't even crying for that though. Well,
No,
she
no.
may have sobbed at that point.
She might have. Yeah, we just couldn't hear it.
It was drowned out by everyone else crying.
Right, right, right.
But at the end of the movie, everyone had kind of collected their thoughts. Everyone gained their composure, and she just burst out in tears.
Yeah.
Um, but let's rewind back a little bit here. The lively crowd. My personal favorite moment of the movie was when the three Peters are going through their banter on
Hmm.
the Statue of
Top
Liberty.
tier. Top
When
tier.
they're like going back and forth, it was a good 5 minutes of just fucking shooting the shit, as we say, and
Yeah, yeah.
it was fucking beautiful. I loved it.
It was so good. It was so well done. I mean, all the like little callbacks to all the old movies. I mean, it was really fucking good.
Oh, wow, they knocked it out the park with that shit. They really did. Like they gave like you know those movies have their own fans, like people that love those movies from when they were kids or whatever the fuck. They gave them like little shit here and there, like oh I remember that. The fucking what was it that this guy says that everyone fucking flipped their tits? Oh, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yes.
Like those little lines that people remember
So
and
good.
fucking amazing, amazing movie.
Um and I mean the way it ended, I mean everything I think was perfect. They're setting everything up in this like next act of fucking Marvel, like going away from the main six Avengers. It's like fucking beautiful. They're
Right.
setting it up for the next Doctor Strange. Like the way they're setting all this shit up is perfect.
So the Spider-Man trilogy is done,
But he's
but
getting another one.
supposedly yes. But I guess it's like a, I guess the way that they work these movies are like the main trilogy, like one portion of like one phase of the Marvel universe, and then they're gonna move past it. So I'm assuming the fourth Spider-Man movie maybe like a standalone film. Um,
Um
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I know they did say that there is gonna be another one.
so yeah, he's definitely gonna get another trilogy, and from my understanding is, and like the way it's kind of obvious. They considered like when you get these first three movies, this was like really like like his Tom Holland Spider-Man like origin story, and it just ended. And
Right.
now it's gonna go off into like he has no more of the Avengers, no more none of that. Like
Well, no one
it's
knows who
him
he is.
alone. Exactly. Him alone,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like now is when we're really like gonna figure out who the fuck he is, you know? Like
Yeah.
he's
I mean,
gonna be solo dolo, and it's gonna now shit's gonna get real interesting.
in the other Spider-Man films, like there was never anyone else. It was just Spider-Man from day one, and he goes and he does shit. So essentially, that's kind of where it's going to be a callback to that. So once
Exactly,
again,
yeah.
he's alone because no one knows who he is. I would
Exactly.
love to see how they're gonna like move forward with that. I think it's gonna be interesting. Super sad, by the way. The whole coffee shop shit,
Yeah.
breaking. You know, you see your girl, your best friend, no one knows who the fuck you are. From one day to the next, you're a fucking complete stranger.
It sets it.
Tough.
I've seen really good videos. It sets up for like so much though, for so many characters to come in. Everyone's saying most like it's looking like that Ned is gonna be Hobgoblin.
Correct. I saw TikTok.
That's gonna be so good.
And throughout the movie they gave little hints towards that as
They give
well.
little hints, yeah.
People were pointing out, I think they were saying like the letterman he was wearing, like the colors match, the whole magic shit, the funny scene when he's talking to the other Peters and he's like, oh, I saw my best friend die in my arms after he tried to kill me or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And then he makes a joke, he's like, oh, I'll never try to kill you, whatever.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's kind of pointing towards that.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is dope, I guess. Um, I think it's whatever they got coming. I think is gonna be dope. I who knows how long it's gonna take to get back around to that. But immediately after this, and I think the release date got put out today. Doctor Strange is gonna come out in May, and that is gonna be an absolute fucking banger.
Did you know did you watch the trailer?
What trailer?
The one that came out today, which is the same
New.
thing we saw at the end of the movie.
Oh,
So I'm pretty sure.
the end credit. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so someone pointed. I didn't notice it, but someone pointed this out. If you look at when you know how they show the Marvel in the beginning, whatever.
Hmm.
So as it's going through all the Marvel shit, the way that they did it was it goes through all of the Marvel openings all the way back to like the old X-Men movies and shit. So the cameos in this movie, they are hinting at it already, are about to be fucking crazy. We're probably
Well,
gonna see Wolverine.
they
We're
said
probably
Deadpool's
gonna
gonna be here.
that we're probably gonna see Deadpool. We're probably gonna see a shitload of X-Men.
Well,
It's
hasn't
gonna be real wild.
well that would make perfect sense because I think in the Deadpool movies he hints at the X Men or he makes jokes about the X
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah, yeah. And he hints about coming into the MCU.
I fucking love Deadpool and I love Ryan Reynolds, so that's
I mean,
big
everyone.
fan, big
What
fan.
fucking person doesn't love Ryan Reynolds? Love that guy.
That movie's gonna be the absolute fucking tits. Um,
Yeah, it's a. They're already leaking like all the cameos. We're gonna see like young Professor X, old Professor X. Most likely the two Magnetos, the young one and the old
so
one.
they're gonna continue with the bringing back old movie characters.
Yes, it's gonna
Well,
be.
young
There's,
Magneto is the guy from fuck what's his name?
I don't recall
Heisenberg.
his name, but yes, the really fucking good actor.
Jesse, I think his name is. His name
No,
is Jesse.
that's Professor X.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's who I'm referring
But
to.
the young Magneto is also a really good fucking actor.
The
That
British guy.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Okay.
And we're gonna see the old one too.
Okay.
We're gonna see all those guys supposedly. It's gonna be real fucking wild. Yeah, rumor is we're probably gonna see Chris Evans, not as Captain
So
America as fucking as the Torch. It's gonna
that's
be real fucking good.
that's very interesting. Um, wow, that would be some
I
shit.
wonder how they're gonna do that. Can
Well,
you imagine that interaction? Like Doctor Strange runs into him and he's like, "Wait a minute."
you look familiar. That'd be funny though.
That would be really
If
fucking
they did
good.
like a little play there where it's like kind of crossing that barrier where it's like hinting at like oh yeah this guy is someone else in the same universe, that'd be funny. You could always do Michael B. Jordan as the Flame, but
You
he's also
could, yeah,
dead in Black Panther, and
yeah,
his Fantastic Four sucked.
yeah. It was absolutely terrible.
They all sucked, if we're being quite
Yeah,
frank.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, but the original is like the original, you
I
know?
get it. I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
But that movie is gonna be fucking amazing. And I mean, I don't. I think maybe in like one of our first episodes, we had done like a Marvel rundown. I think we had talked about like oh, what our favorite. Can you get your paws off the cable? Thank you. We had done our favorite like Marvel movies, and Doctor Strange for me. So after No Way Home, excluding Infinity War and Endgame, because I think that's cheating to put them on any list. I think that's one and two, no matter what, in whatever order you want to put them in. So excluding those two, what I'm rocking with as my new top three is Spider-Man: No Way Home, Thor: Ragnarok, and Doctor Strange is my third. I fucking
I
love the
like that.
Doctor Strange
Those are
movie.
good. Yeah. Doctor
Um,
Strange is fucking phenomenal.
Dope as fuck. So I'm as a Doctor Strange stan already. I'm super excited for this new one. I also love what's her face, Elizabeth Olsen. Is that her name? The
Uh
the red lady
yes,
from
yes.
WandaVision.
WandaVision, yes.
I think her last name is Olsen. I don't know her
Yeah,
first name. I
I
think
don't
it's Elizabeth.
you're right. Yeah, it's Elizabeth Olsen, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I love her
I
too.
fucking love her, yeah.
And WandaVision was super good. So, how I can already kind of see because I think WandaVision led directly into this movie that's coming up now. And the rumors were already swirling that she was going to be the main villain in this movie. A lot of shit is going to go down in this film, obviously.
It's gonna be quite the fucking rag.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going to be super dope. I'm with the shits.
Of course, we'll probably see the Lokis, all of them.
The Loki show was also very good.
Yeah, yeah, banger,
Also very
banger.
good.
So I'm sure they're the ones that are kind of like responsible for all this multiverse shit in a way. So I'm sure
Well,
we'll see
yeah,
all of them.
the ending of Loki supposedly ties into all this shit because
Yeah,
it's.
of course.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, yeah.
She kills him, and he says exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. You're gonna let
Whoa,
all of
spoilers.
Oh, come on. We've been said spoilers. If you're still listening at this point, we've ruined everything for you.
I'm so sorry. I mean, yeah, that's how Loki ends.
He
Basically,
says that
they
he's like,
broke
"Yo,
down the thing.
yeah, like I'm not the bad one. You're gonna let all of my bad ones in, like all of the
Yeah,
other me's, and they're all fucking terrible."
yeah, yeah. I'm all
The
for this multiverse shit because the whole
It's
concept of bringing people
fantastic.
in from other movies super dope. I didn't know that whole X Men shit and the Fantastic Four that they might make
Yeah,
cameos in this movie. Super, super dope.
it's gonna be real good. I mean, the way that they pulled off No Way Home. I mean, obviously, it seems like Doctor Strange. If they can do it again at this even like bigger scale with all these characters that are rumored, that's gonna be fucking crazy.
I think the funny thing about No Way Home was that their rumors of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire being in this movie started like 3 years ago,
Yeah,
or like around the time that Infinity War and Endgame and like all this shit was going on. When I guess when the rumors of this movie starting up, I don't remember how people started putting it together, but they're like, "Holy shit, they're gonna put the old Spider-Man in these movies," and boy, did they fucking do it! Not
and now
only
they're
not only just the old Spider-Mans, they brought the old villains in too, which everyone was super excited about as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, fucking Willem Dafoe put on
Oh,
a fucking show.
masterclass that guy put
Wow,
on.
guy.
What a
Like
performance!
I saw people like I agree. Like I saw people saying that like he borderline like deserves awards for his performance in this fucking movie. It was
It
crazy.
it was a masterclass what that guy put on. With the whole like fucking crazy, not crazy. Uh, I don't know what to say. It was fucking fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you know what the thing is? Like he was the main villain, and you can still appreciate how good he was in that movie. When otherwise you would be like, "Oh fuck this guy,"
Yeah.
but you can't say that because he was that
No,
good.
it was a fantastic fucking performance. And what's come from this also is Andrew Garfield is apparently gonna be brought back to fucking have his own movies again, which is kind of crazy.
Oh,
Marvel and Sony are apparently talking to
let's not
try to
push
figure
it.
out a way to.
Let's pump the brakes here. Those movies weren't good.
I agree. I agree. They were not good,
Uh,
but if they figure out a way to do it, I don't know.
like I have nothing against Andrew Garfield. I
He's a
think he's
good
a
actor.
great actor. Those Spider-Man movies, unfortunately, were inferior. Um, and in this movie, they kind of hinted at his movie being the worst one, which I thought was funny. A part of the banter was them trying to figure out like, oh, which one's Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and then fucking Tom Holland is like, oh, okay, I'm one. Toby's like, I'm two, and then this guy's like, yeah, of course, I'm three. Like everyone knows that that's the worst one. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
don't push it. Let Andrew Garfield ride off into the sunset on this high,
I mean,
because
I
he
don't think
also
I
put on
don't
a
think they're done
masterclass.
though. I don't think they're done though. I wouldn't be surprised to see them come back somehow. And I'm not saying like in a big role or anything, but come back in a small little role in later movies somehow. I mean, this multiverse shit is here to stay for a while.
Sure, sure. All right, whatever they said to do, man, I'm with it. Just let's not get too crazy because the Garfield standalone movies were not the best.
I agree. I agree. I'm with you on that. And we wrap it up.
Yeah, that's gonna we well, this is what happens when we get into sports. We ramble. I especially love to ramble,
Right, right.
especially when I talk about things that I detest, like the Lakers. Uh, I didn't get to talk about the Warriors, but that's because they're good.
I mean, yeah, you can't really shit on the Warriors.
So that's yeah, that's where we're at.
Right, 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 right.
Shout out to if you're on YouTube, look at Jose's little Christmas tree. It's the Bachelor Pad Extravaganza.
You like it?
Merry Christmas, everyone, because we will not be back until next week.